Good evening, ladies, gentlefers, and my lovely envies. We are here live in Yuma, Arizona, here at Hades Arena. My name is Marcus Baylor, and to my right is Ryan Eastman. How are you doing, dude?
Doing good, doing good. We're here tonight. We're getting ready to see two teams that are battling for the middle of the each of their respective conferences, Tennessee and the Arizona Demons. In the thick of it, still in the playoff hunt. All-Star Week is coming up soon, so we're kind of hitting this midway point of the season. We're expecting to see teams start to rise to the top or sink to the bottom of the league.
Yeah, this is really a big test for both of these teams. They're trying to find their footing to really kind of separate themselves from the rest of the pack. But it seems to be a little bit tough right now in the swing of things as we're getting so close to that All-Star weekend.
Yeah, and both teams, number of All-Star candidates we could be seeing here tonight, trying to lock in perhaps uh, a few more votes for them coming up on the All-Star ballot. But you look at Tennessee, a team that made the finals not that long ago,
Hmm.
literally last year, lost to Montana, and they're trying to run it back again this year. Some of their contracts are expiring on their big names, and they may not be able to afford to bring them back. Whereas Arizona is looking like a very young team overall and has an opportunity to, you know, even if it's not this year, they're setting themselves up for a couple years in a row of being able to make a couple runs.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of really been the question here when it comes to both of these teams. As while Arizona Demons are be able to get some of their young pieces together to really kind of set themselves up for years to come, and that's a team that's really have been kind of been under the radar for quite a while now, especially back in their whips days. But now we're actually seeing this team come into fruition, really embracing the young talent they have here. Meanwhile, for the Moonshiners, it does feel like that this is their last year to really kind of come together and get that run. And while they have been around in the same seating as they was as last year, they have proven that they can turn it up when they need to, when the timing is right. And I feel like this is a good chance to see that here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they came in, I think, as the seventh seed last year and made it all the way to the finals. So, it shows how talented they can be. And, the roster hasn't really changed all that much since last year. It's just, the price. Michael River, a player with multiple rings, was hunting for his third with his third team. Uh, Surely will have extra interest in this offseason, and you can't discount Luther Kierkegaard either as an option to be picked up. And Lady Black, coming off the bench for Tennessee, a player that might find a starting role on another team. And it's going to be very difficult to keep all three of those key players uh, with already who they have signed.
Yeah, for sure, and that's just going to be the name of the game. This is possibly the last time we might see this court together for the Moonshiners. But there's one thing that I know from their time during their playoff run is that they know how to bring it even on the road. And we're gonna see how things gonna go as we see both teams getting set up to do the tip off. So here we are with the Arizona Demons in the white with the Tennessee Moonshiners in the dark green as we got the tip off going over to the Demons starting things off in this game. Yeah, right now both teams really starting to try and get some diving in. We get a quick uh, pass there into Inari, being over for the quick two to get the early lead. Yeah, yeah, that really has been a spark for this team ever since he joined over to the Moonshiners. It's been a key factor in keeping Tennessee in the playoff. And we see another great defensive effort there as they do tip the ball out of bounds, and it will be going to the Moonshiners as the Demons were the ones to touch it last. Mm-hmm. Yep, the old school 3-point play. And, River, being such a long time player, has been a little bit of everywhere here, but every team that he went to, he ends up getting a ring. So it could be a possibility that he was so close to doing it for last year as he does complete the 3 points. Yeah. Yeah, now Kyler going for 3, and it rattles home. So with that 3, they cut the deficit down to 1, and the crowd's starting to slowly get back into this one as their team's only down by just a single point.
Unfortunately, it looked like my mic was unplugged for a little bit there, Marcus. It looked like you were talking to no one. Don't
Oh
worry,
gosh.
no one missed anything important of value.
It's all good there as we get a quick shot off, and it's not going to be good there. So Arizona has a chance to take the lead here as Inari trying to go for that mid-range, but it says to opt against it. Hands it over to Oberndorfer. Is Oberndorfer going in for the layup, and it's not going to be good this time. Kierkegaard doing very well against that young player.
Yeah, Luther's going to have to really lock down the post here. I mean, Chet is very speedy for the Demons, whereas Obendorfer is a massive body that's difficult. You have two different play styles you have to guard against, and two different ways to approach it.
And speaking of, Burger King was able to use his big body against Dennis, but wasn't able to finish that way. So very lucky break there for the Demons as they have another opportunity to try to take this lead. And speaking of, Summer is going for 3, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah, threes raining down from both teams here tonight already. 8-6 here, and obviously they're going to go to Selby here and see if he can't get one to fall.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. We could see a possible screen, but instead we see Burger King trying to get down deep into the post, having to get guarded very well, and it's not going to be good as Orban does get the rebound.
Yeah, the fadeaway from Burger King not able to make it fall. That's pushing his range a tad bit.
Yeah, for sure. And now Dennis dishing it over to Orban, trying to go ahead and get that easy layup, and he does do just that.
Yeah, she's an absolute threat down low in the post. I mean, could be a next DQ in terms of being able to bully her way down low in the post.
Yeah, she's a very big individual as we see a goal taking foul on Oberndorfer as I say that. So points will be granted over to the Moonshiners. I mean, he made it in regardless. So
no, that does not count for twice the points. Don't ask.
So yeah, a rookie mistake there for Oberndorfer, but I'm sure that she's able to clean that up very quickly as she is a very good defensive threat for the Demons. But right now we get a quick mid-ranger, and it's not going to be good this time. But Oberndorfer does get the rebound and gets fouled on the way up by Burger King.
Yeah, and I mean that's gonna be the problem with we saw it with Jake and DQ as well. They had to kind of adjust to the fact that you're gonna get called for goaltending if they even suspect that the ball was on its way down. So it's better to get the ball at the point of attack than trying to catch it late in the shot.
Yeah, right now the Moonshiners are down by 4 right now, as they hope to try to get some kind of answers after a couple of missed opportunities. So now, seems some nice cut up there, but it's not going to be good. But Kierkegaard able to lay it up and in. And right now, Orban and Kierkegaard are really going toe-to-toe within the paint.
Yeah, not a surprise. They got the 3-game going already, and now they're trying to establish that post play. And both of them will have to see if fouls start mattering in the end. But good layup there from Hazari, right off the glass.
Yeah, some good quick layup there for the Demons. They do extend it back to a 2-possession game with about 7 minutes left in the first quarter. But right now, the Moonshiners trying to do much as Gory Creer really fighting to get into the paint and will draw the foul. So Gory Creer will go on the line for 2.
Yeah, Aldrich able to get his own miss and putting it back up, but not able to make either attempt. But will at least get an opportunity here to bring it back within one possession, thanks to the
And they,
foul.
yep, they do just that with the first free throw being made. We'll see if the second one goes down. And it does. So the Moonshiners are going to be down by 2, 14-12. The Demons trying to march on. So now Oberndorfer deep into the 3-point line, trying to find something, but loses the ball there for Kierkegaard. And now the Moonshiners have a chance to tie it up, and they do that with a quick little finger roll. So right now, that fast break points will tie the game up 14 apiece.
Yeah, and that's something that she's got to get used to. And to see another strip there, and it will actually stay in possession. But, players' pause are much faster here at the FBA level. You can't get sloppy, even if you're matched up against the opposing center. Some of these players have lightning fast pause.
Yeah, especially with the likes of Kierkegaard. Like, he may be a really big guy, but he is quick on his pause. And we see a quick mid-ranger, and it's not going to be good as Kierkegaard does get the rebound. So right now, Arthur Selby has a chance to probably extend this lead. He passes it over to Roy Creer, and it lays it up, and it is good. So Tennessee back up by 2 with that basket.
Yeah, quick lead after a couple turnovers and a good defensive effort. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout. But no, alley-oop to Mandeville, able to get it to tie it back up.
Yeah, very shaky alley-oop pass there, but they are able to make it work as they tie it back up 16 apiece. That certainly got the crowd going.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in front of their home fans, wanting to give a good effort. And Luther gets dished the ball, and a little bit of a pump fake there to get a bite from the defender, is able to convert.
Yeah, right now, Kierkegaard is getting just about anything as the Demons do get a timeout. And you got to imagine the young rookie, Orpenfer, is having a little bit of trouble going up against Kierkegaard.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be an adjustment period. And, Arizona is playing again with a very young team. Chet, second-year player. You have Zuri coming off the bench. Second-year player, same draft class. And obviously the rookie Oberndorfer going to have some growing pains as we see both teams making substitutions with that timeout, even though a few stars still on the court as Aldrich on the fast break lays it up and in.
Yeah, Aldrich Groy Creer is doing a really good job going laying up and in for those 2 points. So it's going to be Tennessee up by 4. So we'll see if the Demons are able to try and slow things down and try and make sure they stay in it. But Dennis almost loses the ball there, and will be a turnover there as now the Moonshine has a chance to probably extend this lead as Collins coming off the bench, trying to get something in the paint, but is guarded very well. So instead, pass it over to Kierkegaard, but gets blocked. And very tough effort there. And right now, Donbrock really putting it down to Kierkegaard, showing a lot of energy coming off.
Yeah, the ball will go out of bounds, though, and stay with Tennessee as we see the rest of the substitutions coming out. I think Aldrich is going to stay on the floor, and Summers as well, shifting over to shooting guard. Both teams want to keep at least one starter on the floor.
Yeah, it seems like that with how the teams are scoring as of late, they do want to go ahead and try and spread the defenses out on both sides, as it seems like both teams are really relying on the paint, it seems like. And right now, that was a quick miss there as Donbrock does get the rebound.
Ooh, lane to the basket, found, missed, but Turnbull cleaning it up. No one in her way.
Yeah, very excellent effort there by Turnbull as she's able to go quickly for those second chance opportunities. Tennessee was not really ready for that one, but they are still up by 2 as we see Collins trying to throw it up, and it is going to be good.
Tennessee keeping the lead, and now it's up to Arizona to get some stops. They haven't really been able to. They had an opportunity with the block from Dunbrock, but turning it over out of bounds, giving Tennessee extra possessions.
Yeah, right now Foster looking over to Dunbrock. Dunbrock trying to lay it up, and it's good. Dunbrock doing a very good job coming off the bench, being an immediate impact.
Yeah, see there, Arizona, great field goal percentage, but losing out on the possessions thus far thanks to those turnovers. So now they just need to clean those up and start generating some of their own, and they can pull away. It's going to be Aldrich,
Oh,
though, trying to lay it up over two defenders, not able to.
yep, Dunbrock does get the rebound there. And right now, Dunphy is able to dunk it and tie things up 22 apiece. So now, Tennessee is just trying to find a way to continue on the onslaught, going for that attack, and Dunbrock will get called for the foul. So the Moonshiners will have a chance to take the lead once again with these two free throws.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed there. We saw the open player in the paint, and I feel like, maybe thinking that they were going to get contacted anyways, they were going to force it, but they could have dished it to the open fur and perhaps had an easier lay-in as we see Varney bringing it up the court.
Yeah, and even though Tennessee has kept the lead, the Demons have done a very good job trying to keep pace as Foster goes for three, and it's going to be rattling in and out with Collins getting the rebound.
Yeah, it's about a little bit forced there, and Black, wanting to be fast on the other end, is able to convert, and Tennessee up by 4 once again.
Yeah, Lady Black, a player that we can watch out as the season goes on, perhaps trying to get trying to get a starting role at some place, and they have an opportunity to do that. If we get a quick illegal screen there by Dunphy, so it will be called as a turnover.
Another lost possession for the Demons, and yes, Black may want to stay in Tennessee, but right now, obviously I think all players are thinking, okay, we're fighting for a championship, but in the back of the mind, this is kind of a tryout, a job interview, an opportunity to raise your value in the free agent market in a couple months.
Yeah, speaking of Barster trying to lay it up, and it's not going to be good that time as Collins once again gets the board. Tennessee doing a really good job defensively, trying to force the Demons into some mistakes or trying to go a little bit too fast here, but a quick block, and Dunbrock able to dunk it home after a great block there for the Demons. And now they cut the deficit down to 2.
I almost want Turnbull to be awarded an assist for that, because that was pretty much a full court pass as another block coming out from Turnbull.
Yeah, Turnbull really doing a great job within the paint. It seems like the Demons are doing a very good job as we get as I say that, we see a 3-second violation there. I believe that was on Dunbrock, so that will go over to Tennessee. So another mistake that the Demons cannot really afford.
Yeah, but they are, again, turnovers. It's been the name of the game. If they can clean those up, they would have a lead right now. And Tennessee, obviously happy to have this lead, but they need to be building a significant lead with the advantage they have right now on possession differential.
And right now, Lady Black going for a tough shot there, and it's good. Her paws were on the line, so it will be counted for 2 points. Tennessee up by 4 now, and we get a quick turnover there once again. The Moonshiners trying to go ahead and take advantage of it, and they will not do it with that one as Dunphy gets the rebound.
Again, Arizona playing with absolute fire here. Foster will at least finally get a bucket after multiple lost possessions.
Yeah, right now the Demons are really kind of having quite a few lucky breaks here, with Tennessee not being able to take advantage of the turnovers that have happened so far. Because if they were, it could have gotten ugly really quickly, but you can't imagine that lasting that long. And now Dunphy.
I'll say last possession of this quarter, Arizona a chance to tie it up here, and they miss it.
Yeah, and now Tennessee could have an opportunity to extend this lead possibly with the last shot. We'll see if it goes up, and it's not going to be good. So Tennessee, at the end of the first quarter, will be up by 2, 28-26. And you know what? I really have to say here, with how this game has gone, you got to really be thankful for the Demons to only be down by 2 at this point with the amount of turnovers that we have seen so far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Tennessee right now would be expecting almost a double-digit lead here, but Arizona has just been so efficient on the shots they actually get to take. And oh, Anari falling over, no foul called. Basically a free gimme there. I think Anari is upset about the no call.
I don't know about that one. That one felt like a flop to me as Mandeville's able to dunk it down. Because I don't even think that was much of a movement there on that possession, but you know they're able to go ahead and cut that off real quick with that ferocious dunk. But now Fam going on for a mid-ranger, and it goes good.
Yeah, back and forth now. Again, Arizona, if they can just clean up on these turnovers, I feel like they would get the lead back in their possession. They brought Anari back on the floor, and he has the and Tino as well has the opportunity to really do damage from beyond the arc if they can get some open looks.
Yeah, but right now we're seeing that Hanks passing it over to Hazari once again. Hazari going for that tough 3, and it rattles home.
Well, they will say a 2 only just inside the arc, but difficult shot there with the defender draped all over on them with the shot clock starting to wind down.
Yeah, and so far, both teams really going toe for toe so far into this game as Kierkegaard rolling it up, laying it up, and it's good. And with Kierkegaard coming back on the court, you can imagine that could be a pretty dangerous sentiment as Kierkegaard was really controlling the game for a majority of his time on the court. And
Yeah,
we see that as an example right there.
Yeah, and I expect to see Oakland get brought back in just to counter him and put some pressure on him down on the post as well. But Tennessee a chance here, chance to build a bigger lead. A 3 and a foul, a rare 3 free throw trip. Almost could have had a 4-point play, which is not old school.
Yeah, that's definitely not old school. That's definitely a why would you do that? But yeah, that's kind of like one of those situations as 2 out of 3 were made, so it could have gotten a lot worse if all 3 were made, but that's something you don't want to see if you're a Demon fan. And right now we get a quick mid-ranger, and it's not going to be good here, but Mandeville able to get the rebound, but gets blocked, swatted into the air there. As Fam trying to bleed up, and it's good. So right now, Tennessee starting to make a little bit of a cushion of this lead as they're now up by 8 all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, they've been blasting the Demons on defense, and it's been Kierkegaard. And honestly, Arizona might want to call a timeout just to get an opportunity to bring back in Oakland. But Turnbull going to challenge Kierkegaard in the post and not able to get it.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough ask there as Burger King trying to go into the post, lays it up, and it's not going to be good there, but it will be Demon's ball. I thought it was tipped off by River, but no, the call will be going over to the Moonshiners there.
And with that, Demons will still call a timeout despite the dead ball situation. So I think not only do they want to make some substitutions, Coach wants to talk to them about the situation because it's starting to slip a little bit away. 8 points here. They can't afford to let it get to double digits or higher.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the big concern here for the Demons is really the mistakes that have been made throughout the game because they have been getting some lucky bounces coming their way as the Moonshiners haven't been able to capitalize on a lot of them. But now we're starting to see the Moonshiners really capitalize on the mistakes, and that could be spell for disaster as Mandeville tries to go for a quick jumper, but it's not going to be good there.
And now again, Danger's back on the court. Selby taking an isolation, trying to drive to the basket all alone, not able to convert it though.
Yeah, so now the Demons have an opportunity to go for some quick fast break point as Mandeville dunks it down.
What should have worked last time works this time.
Yeah. For sure, but right now there is still a bit of a cushion for Tennessee as they're up by 2 possessions, 38-32. And now River. Passing over to Selby. Selby trying to get into the drive, laying it up, and it's not going to be good there as Manifold does get the board. And now Inari trying to pass it up, but it's not going to be good, but draws the foul against Berger Kane. So Inari will go on the line for 2.
That second foul on Berger Kane. Not too worried, though, about foul trouble. I mean, obviously, if he gets the third one in the next couple of minutes, we might see him subbed out, but we will finally see. I think the rest of the starters for both teams coming back on the floor. And actually, no, they will go ahead and sub out Berger Kane and bring in Bivens just in case.
Yeah, Roy Bivens is a bit of a very strong player. He is very known for some of his heroics during the playoff run last year as a rookie. He's a very young upstart as the Demons is going to get that second free throw, so Tennessee will be up by 4 in this case.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the substitution that they've made. Turnbull sliding over to power forward and letting Obendorf come in. So now we got the tall lineup for the Demons on the floor. We'll have to see how Tennessee is able to handle it. River now River will be having to battle against someone about half a foot taller than him.
Yeah, and right now we get a nice 3 there from Bradley. So the Demons are now cutting it down 2-3 with 40-37. I think that change of going for a tall lineup has to probably be something for Kierkegaard, as Kierkegaard has been a bit of an issue. And right now, Inari does get the rebound. So now Bradley almost loses the ball there, having to hastily pass it to Hazari, and Hazari is not going to get that 3-point down. So now Selby passing it over to Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard gets the quick dunk.
And that's the thing that he has over those two, is he has a bit more speed. So in transition, he's able to find those open lanes.
Yeah, that is certainly the case. Is now Turnbull trying to let the play go out as he passes over to Hazari. Hazari trying to get into the paint, but instead, a lot of passing going on as Obendorf is going to get the lay-in. The rookie doing what she does best, is she's able to get that easy layup in the paint.
Yeah, back within 3 here in Tennessee. Looked like they had an opportunity to really take a massive lead. We're going to see an alley-oop to Kierkegaard. And, oh, just an unfortunate. That's some of the chemistry that Tennessee has that Arizona is having to build right now with the new roster.
Yeah, for sure. And that's just something that they're going to have to really pay attention to, not allowing those easy opportunities of that, as Kyler Gnarly does get fouled there by Bivens. So Kyler will go on the line for 2.
Yeah, and I mean, I can see why they brought Bivens on the floor. You know, Bivens and Berger Kane both big bodies, defensive small forwards that are, you know, they don't want them to start playing scared. So with Berger getting 2 fouls, bringing Roy out lets them continue to be aggressive, because they're going to have to, they can't take it easy against Inari. They're going to have to be in the Fox's face, and they're probably going to draw fouls.
Yeah, 100%. I think that with Kyler Inari, he is very well known for his ability to drive into the basket and knows how to draw fouls pretty quickly. So having 2 players who are essentially pests, especially big pests, against a player like Kyler, it's not as big a surprise they want to be aggressive when he does try to make those opportunities, as Kyler does get the second one. So the Demons are down by 4, 44-40, with just under 6 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, they made some substitutions, and now they're going to have a bit of a smaller court out there for Tennessee, but River does not care. He's going to go behind the back of Turnbull to get that basket.
Yeah, and so far the Moonshiners are really doing a good job trying to kind of play the long haul with their strategies, but now the Demons have an opportunity to possibly do a lot more in the paint with a much smaller lineup on the Moonshiners' end. We'll see how things play out. And so far, we're trying to get a nice mid-ranger, and it is good there by Groy Career.
Yeah, 6 points now. 5 minutes left to go in this second quarter. Arizona does not want to see a lead get rebuilt after whittling it down.
Yeah, for sure. And that means that they're going to have to get some big baskets here. But that's not how you do it. Pass right over to River. And now the Moonshiner is able to take advantage with Selby with the easy dunk. So now the Moonshiners are up by 8 once again. It has been the biggest lead. They have not hit double digits yet, but they are knocking on that door with just about 4 minutes left in the first half. Yeah, right now we get a quick layup, and it is going to be good. So now the Demons are going to try and relax things a little bit, but at this moment, the Shiners are in full control of this game. So right now we get a pass over to Collins. Collins trying to get into the paint, but gets fouled there by Turnbull. And that'll be her first personal. So we will see some massive substitutions between both of these teams. Oh, excuse me. They will not go on the line for two. There was no shot, so it was most likely a reach-in foul. As right now, Groy, with about 10 seconds left of the shot clock. We'll see what Tennessee will cook here with not a lot of time left. Selby going for a tough three, and it's not going to be good, but Bivens able to get the rebound, and it's up and good. The Red Panda, second-year player, doing what he does best, trying to show that aggressive stature. He's able to go ahead and get that easy rebound and lay it back up and in. Now Dunphy trying to answer back with a three, and it is going to be good. So right now, the Demons are really still staying within it as they're down by 5. So now, Bivens hands it over to River. And right now, some quick passes over to Mora. Mora going for a tough mid-ranger, and it's not going to be good as Dunbrock does get the rebound. So now the Demons have a chance to cut the deficit down to 1 possession, and they will go on the line for 2 after that foul there on Tennessee.
Yeah, Arizona starting to draw. I think the free throw is starting to trend their favor here tonight.
Yeah, and that's something that has been a great thing to see when it comes to how many turners they've had throughout the game. They kind of make it up for being able to at least have opportunities at the charity site to stay within it. So they are down by 1 possession, 52-49. But now the crowd really starting to climb back into it as they're screaming for defense. And now Mora trying to lay it up, and it's not going to be good this time as Hanks gets the rebound.
Yeah, I mean, if we exclude that the 3 free throws they got to take on Tennessee's side, I feel like the majority of them have gone Arizona. As we see a 3 coming in from the steal, not able to convert though.
Yeah, Varney not going to get that thing down this time. Wide open there for 3. And we get a quick drive into for Lady Black as she's able to draw the foul against, I believe that was Foster. So Lady will go on the line for 2 to extend this lead.
And that's the best way she can, be productive in the post is getting that contact. I mean, obviously her small body, she's going to have to always be fighting against the bigger defenders, but she is able to initiate contact a lot easier. And, the refs may be a little more willing to blow the whistle when she's getting thrown around compared to, a 7'6" versus 7'6" player.
Yeah, because they are more at risk of, getting knocked around a little bit within the paint. So, Big's gonna have to be careful when a player like Lady does get in there, because they don't want to get they will most likely not get blown for the whistle as Christian Hanks gets the layup and in after a nice dish within the paint.
Yeah, Yeah, we have an opportunity. Arizona, if they can get a couple defensive stops here right at the end of the quarter, they can end the half with a lead here, and that'd be great after being down by almost double digits there.
Yeah, for sure, and that's something you have to give a great effort here for the Demons, is not being able to give up, is get a quick mid-ranger, and it's going to be in and out, and we will see an opportunity to perhaps tie this game with a 3 if they are able to. But I'm going to get a good screen there. Pass it over to Christian. Christian laying it up, and it's not going to be good this time as Lady does get the rebound.
Yeah.
And right now, Severine able to get the quick dunk as she was able to go ahead, go coast to coast.
Yeah, 5-point deficit now, and I think Tennessee will at least walk into the second half with a lead here. And, Tennessee looked like they were pulling away, but Arizona has refused to give in, and struggling here last couple seconds of this quarter, not able to convert some possessions that they really need to. As Adam just
Yeah.
out jukes the seal and lays it up and in.
Yeah, now we're getting back into the danger zone. Tennessee up by 7 once again, getting close to the biggest lead so far into this game. And the Demons need to figure out something out to try and get back into this, as the layup is not going to be good, but Dunbrock does get the rebound and will get the fadeaway. And that's something you would love to see there, even though that they're not going to, it probably will not be a single possession game after the end of this one. Being down by 5 is really all you can ask for, with a little bit of a sloppy game for both sides. And now Hotskin hands it over to Severine. Severine trying to lay it up, and it's not going to be good. So, at the end of the first half, the Moonshiners are up by 5, 58-53.
Yeah, Moonshiners ending that half with a slight lead, and right there, we saw so many steals going the way of Tennessee that you'd almost expect them to have a double-digit lead here. I think it's been the free throws that have kept Arizona in the game, along with their high field goal percentage.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, and that's kind of been really the big thing for the Demons, is that they have been able to try and keep it within it, even with some of the mistakes that have been made throughout the game. It's just that the Moonshiners have not been able to do a good job in capitalizing a lot of them. Sure, things have picked up as the game went on and being able to take advantage of those mistakes, but as the Demons being able to look out a little bit there, they do need to clean things up if they want to have an opportunity to win this game.
Yeah, and I mean the turnovers. That's gonna be the biggest thing. Is if they can stop the turnovers, I think Arizona has the slight edge, at least with how productive they have been. In Tennessee, they just need to capitalize on a few more of those mistakes to, really pull away, because Arizona has a good number of three-point shooters. So even if they are down by, a couple possessions, it's very easy for Anari, Tino, even Dunphy coming off the bench to just bring them and keep them back in it, even if they're down by 8 or 9 points there. They really need to see a double-digit lead get established here to
Mm-hmm.
shut it out.
Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the big key factors for the Moonshiners will be Kierkegaard. As we saw, he is 12 points so far within this game. He's kind of been doing a little bit of everything within the paint. We saw a couple of blocks from him. We see him really kind of take advantage of the rookie on the Demon side, and it's something to really continue to look out for as we head into the third quarter here, with Tennessee with possession as they have a 5-point lead.
And, shutting down Kierkegaard, I think, is going to be the big thing. But, you got to be careful with River. River's been a bit quiet here tonight, but he can come alive. You kind of start forgetting about him, and then suddenly he's in your face putting up 20 points.
Ooh. And right now, Kyle Anari once again tried the foul against Berger Kane, so he will go on the line for 2. And the first one is going to be good. So the Demons have a chance for a single possession deficit.
Well, and I was talking about, they're having to be aggressive against Anari and, immediately drawing third foul. not even a full possession into the third quarter is maybe being a little too aggressive, but again, he can afford to give up a fourth foul before the end of the quarter and still be fine.
Yeah, but I mean, this early on in the third quarter, you probably don't want to see that fourth one happen so quickly. But in this case, we do see Kingegaard be able to dish wide open, flying right by Oberndorfer with that basket. Goodness gracious! And now Dennis able to try and clean things up, but it's not going to be good there as Gorkir does get the rebound. Berger Kane being able to answer right back, and out of nowhere, the Moonshiners bringing it back up to 7 after what it seems like a good start for the Demons.
Yeah, and I want to see them start going back to the 3 game. I mean, I think the rookies, rookie Oberndorfer can definitely challenge in the post, but she's just not able to carry the load right now, and they need to start stretching the D a little bit with some threes going up, and a quick basket there from mid-range is going to start helping that.
Yeah, just to slowly start things out. It's Roy Creer being able to lay it up, well, excuse me, putting down the three-pointer, and now they're up by 8 with a chance to threaten to go back up to double digits once again. So the Demons will need to figure things out very quickly on the defensive end, as Dennis trying to lay it up, and it's not going to be good this time.
I really want to see someone do a teardrop three-pointer one of these days.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think if someone has the size and the three-point range, I'm sure it could happen. It can happen.
But there we go. Double-digit lead for Tennessee, and now Arizona. How do you answer back? As it's been Aldrich getting it done. 5 points on back-to-back possessions. And Arizona might need to call timeout just to kind of get their defense a bit of a reset here.
Yeah, right now, Tennessee, first time we're seeing a double-digit lead, see if they can extend it as we get a quick mid-range. It's not going to be good this time as Summers does get the rebound. And right now, Mandeville trying to get something going, and it will go down this time. Tough shot, but it goes in with ease.
And a couple more defensive stops need to go their way, though, here is the crowd trying to get some energy going.
Yeah, now Roy Creer getting the quick screen. And a tough shot in the paint, but River is able to get the rebound and clean things up.
Said he's dangerous in the post, and, a silent workhorse for the teams he's been on. Every team he's been on has had success, and, maybe not the star player on the team, but you can't deny the results he's been able to help produce for every team he's been with.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of been the big thing when it comes to River, and why a lot of the teams that he's been on has had success is the fact that he's silent but very deadly and aggressive within the paint. And now Selby hands it over to Kingegaard, and Kingegaard just making it look easy there. And we get another quick timeout for the Demons, as it just seems like Kingegaard is just overwhelming everybody in the paint.
Yeah, and they got to figure out a way to shut him down, and maybe it means being a little bit more aggressive and starting to generate a few more fouls. But box him out. Do not let him get these looks. It's not like you're giving up size, really, and we're going to see the substitution for Turnbull, trying to bring someone with a little bit more experience onto the court to try and shut him down.
Yeah, it just seems like both Turnbull and Oberndorfer trying to take turns. Summers goes for 3, wide open, cannot do that in that situation, and now they cut the deficit down within single digits, down by 8, 71-63. And right now, River going for 3 of his own, and it's good. Very rare 3 there for River, and it goes down, so they're back up within double digits.
Yeah, that absolutely a heat check there from River, able to convert that, and that really is one way to shut the crowd up when a player that doesn't really hit threes suddenly nails one to send it back to double digits.
Yeah, Dennis trying to lay it up, but it's not going to be good this time. Is right now, Dennis not having the best game so far. 3 for 7 with only 7 points. And now Shelby Gets the screen. Tries to pop it up, and it's not going to be good, but River, once again, with another rebound, lays it up, and it is good. He has been very good at getting those second chance opportunities for the Moonshiners, as they're
Not
now once again up by 13.
not just that, but you saw he didn't go away from Turnbull. He leaned into Turnbull to get that basket. He wanted her to draw contact against him, but and that again, River being so aggressive down low in the post is such an absolute demon to stop. And he's playing for the Moonshiner, so a little bit the wrong team.
Yeah, not the demon that you want to see.
He's a demon for the demons. He is who the demons fear.
Would he be considered an angel at that point?
I think there's worse demons than demons somehow.
Yeah,
there's levels.
So like the 7 layers of hell.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Anyways, we're getting off topic here as Shelby going to lay it up and in. Shelby's starting to wake up a little bit with that basket. Has been very quiet, but it doesn't do much because of the great effort within the post.
Well, I mean, they're up by 15 at this point, and the game's starting to slip away, so it's not like he's having to carry the burden. They've been so successful in the post, and now Summers. We saw him hit a 3 earlier and wide open there, not able to convert, rattling out. But that is how they can get this game back under control. They can start hitting some of those.
Yeah, they got to regain that confidence offensively there, as Turnbull is able to go get the quick block there. So a much needed stop there for the Demons. Now Dennis trying to find a way to get into the paint, but instead backs off, getting defended very well. Hands it over to Mendeval, who hands it over to Anari. Kyler might be someone to look for to, once again, getting the foul as Burger King doing a little bit of complaining there. He doesn't know what he really did for that one. Maybe his paws hit Kyler's arm in that instance, as the first one does get made.
Yeah, and
the
again,
one is good.
They're trying to shut him down with pure aggression on defense. As you saw there, he's only 2 for 5, but he's above double digits thanks to the number of free throw trips he's had.
Yeah, and that's kind of something that you really want to see. I know Burger King was complaining a little bit. I can't blame him because he was trying to do an honest defensive effort there.
Every defender's honest. What are you talking about, Marcus?
Yeah, for sure.
Has a player ever lied to a ref about contact?
I mean, like, there have been a few complainers here and there. I know I've done my fair share of complaining when I was playing.
Roll the tape.
We don't need to roll the tape. Anyways, Bivens with the rock heading it over to River. Right now, the crowd trying to have some kind of noise calling for defense as Mora lays it up, and it's not going to be good there as Christian does get the rebound.
Yeah, and the dead ball situation let them bring out their bench players. Maybe they can provide a little bit of spark for the Demons here and get them back in it. Obviously, both teams giving their starters a rest as the fourth quarter will be upon us in a few minutes. But Anari able to get the ball off the screen, bringing it back to single digits.
And honestly, that's something you really want to see. Is 50% field goal percentage is really, really good. The Moonshiners will call their first timeout of this game, and they might be trying to see if they can possibly find somebody to match with Kyler, because the last thing that they need is for him to turn the page and really get things going.
Well, the Moonshiners haven't even had to call timeout. They need to start burning a few of them. They'll lose them going into the fourth quarter, but I think Anari is actually going to get subbed out here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, just let him get a few minutes of rest. And I think he's still on the floor. No, they did sub him out.
Yeah, no, they subbed him out. So, yeah, so right now the Demons bench have a very tall order here, trying to clean up a little bit of the mess here, as there are down by 9, and that's not going to do any favors. As I say that, as Lady laying it up and in, finding her way to sneak in to the paint and go for a layup.
It is so disheartening as a defender to have 2 defenders get beat by, a 5-foot corgi.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, Varney has it over to Hanks. Hanks getting the tough mid-ranger there, as they do cut the deficit back down to 9 once again. And now Collins getting a nice open look, but it does hit the side of the rim. Oh, Dunbrock tried to tip it away, but it almost went in the basket. That would have been a very big oof right there. But right now, the Demons getting a lot of opportunities in the paint as Hanks finally cleaning things up after the third attempt.
Yeah, there's nothing more embarrassing as a defender if you accidentally tip the ball in trying to go for the rebound. Okay, I take it back. There is one thing more embarrassing, and that's the ball like bounces off your head into the basket.
Oh, get a headbutt in there like it's a soccer game.
Yeah, but you know you gotta be careful when you're tipping the ball up like that, as you can
Ooh.
end up in foul on the way up, a chance to line for the two. It's about as fun as a point guard or someone going for an alley oop and they accidentally hit a three, going for
Ooh.
an alley oop attempt.
Yeah, and Radley missing the first one. See if the second one goes down. Honestly, I think I know one thing that might be even worse. If you like fall into like the out of bounds and then your opposing player just tosses it over to you and you accidentally catch it. I've seen that a couple of times. That's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, or tossing the ball out of bounds to your coach, thinking that they're a player.
That too. um, but yeah, but right now, instead of talking about embarrassing plays, the Demons trying to find a way to clean these up, and Dunrock is able to get the and one opportunity.
No,
After
it was a
Hanks.
loose ball
Oh
foul.
no!
That was Hanks.
Really?
That was on Hanks.
Oh my
Getting
goodness!
now. So the good news is because it happened after the shot was taken, the basket counted.
Yeah. So a very interesting situation here, as we do get Lady to draw the foul on Foster. So Lady will go on the line for two. But yeah, that was an interesting turn of events there. I from how it looked with them counting the basket, it definitely a weird situation in that instance.
Yeah, I think they called it on it was a loose ball foul, but I don't know if it was like an over the back or a blocking, illegal screen kind of thing. But the shot had been released by that point, so the foul had no impact on the shot going in. So it counted,
Mm-hmm.
but they immediately got possession partway up the court. You see it something.
Yeah.
Usually, you see it with the over the back calls when a player tries to go for a rebound
Ooh.
a little too aggressively. And Bivens, speaking of being a little aggressive there, arm bars the Arizona player and sends them to the line for two, and a chance to bring it back within 5 here.
Yeah, and now the Demons once again climbing back into this game after being down by 13, as Dunphy will get the second one. So Tennessee's gonna have to start cleaning things up a little bit, trying not to be as aggressive, getting the Demons to the line. But the Moonshiners have done a very good job trying to find the open player. And speaking of, getting quick mid-ranger, and it's gonna be good there. This time Collins with the easy basket.
Yeah, 90 seconds left to go in this quarter. Arizona's bench has worked some of the magic and got them back in striking distance. Is another one there down low in the post, back within 5. Tennessee can't. The starters are sitting there watching their hard work start to slip away.
Yeah, for sure, and that's not what you want to see, as Tennessee has to figure out a way to go ahead and try and calm this thing down, as Collins trying to find a way to get into the paint, laying it up, and it's not going to be good this time as Christian Hanks once again gets the board. And so now we get a quick pass over. I thought Foster had it, but it slipped through the pause, and now Tennessee has a chance to extend the lead once again.
Yeah, Collins being a little too aggressive on the last possession, holding the ball the entire time, not even passing it, it felt like once. But now Bivens in the post, trying to battle one-handed over Hanks, to not able to make it convert. The horse a little bit too good on the defense there, and 3 seconds separating the game and shot clock. So Arizona has a chance to potentially get the last shot, but no, blocked. Tennessee going the other way.
Yeah, Tennessee doing a great defensive effort there, trying to calm this crowd down with that one, as Bivens trying to lay it up. It's not going to be good, and Dunbrook does get the rebound, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. So after 3 quarters, the Moonshiners are still up, but only by a thread, 85-80.
Yeah, what was a 13-point game evaporating a bit there after the bench players coming in. The Demons bench definitely stepping up, and Tennessee, I wouldn't be shocked if they bring in some of their starters early into this quarter. They can't afford to let Tennessee's lead completely disappear. And we do see Summers back in, at least for Arizona, as he gets a quick
Yeah,
bucket.
yeah, and they do go. That's down to 3. But you know who I see in the game right now? I believe that's Kierkegaard back in the game, and that's been really the Achilles heel for the Demons so far in this matchup. And right now, we're going to see him go back to work as he lays it up, and it is not going to be good this time.
Well, yeah, you look at they got Hengst and Obendorfer on the floor. Again, uh, Tennessee has the opportunity to fight against some very difficult defenders, and Kierkegaard has been strong tonight against anyone thrown against him. And they might be starting to do the double team on him to shut him down. There's a block
Ooh,
there from Summers against
yeah,
them.
nice block there from the Kangaroo as Summers pulling it back a little bit. Passing over to Christian. That matchup's going to be interesting as Christian's not able to go get that one down against Kierkegaard. And now we get a nice dish over to Selby. Selby laying it up and in.
Again, attacking the post. He's been relatively not unneeded here tonight. Only 11 points, but above 50% from the field.
Yeah, really some great shot selection there from Shelby. And Hanks almost loses the ball there. Has to pass it over to Obendorfer. But right now, a lot of passing on for the Demons as they need to find some kind of answer. And Hanks getting blocked there by Kierkegaard.
Yeah, the defense is too strong from the Jackalope.
Yeah, right now the Moonshiners had a chance to extend this once again to a 3 possessions if they're able to get this basket down. And now Tham, it loses the ball there, but it will stay on the Moonshiners' end as it does get tipped out of bounds.
Yeah, but less than 4 seconds on the shot clock. Gonna have to be a quick, maybe 2-pass play. Not a lot of time. So the defense is gonna clamp down. They do not want it. 1, 2, 3 dribbles. And it's
Yeah,
gonna be
and
almost a
Brew.
half-court heave.
Yeah, that's not the shot that you really want there. It seems like the play that they wanted to get for it just got clamped down immediately, so they had to go for a desperation shot. So now the Demons have a chance to cut the deficit back down to possibly 3. But right now we see a step back. It's not going to go down this time. Now Selby. Deep pass over to Berger-King. Berger-King finds a way into the paint, but it gets blocked there, I believe, by Obendorfer. So the Demons trying to lock things up in the paint, but Anari loses the ball there, but Troy Creer accidentally steps out of bounds, and that will cause the Demons to call a timeout here with less than 9:30 left in the game.
Yeah, I mean, when you're battling for the ball like that, you're not really paying attention to where you are on the line. I mean, honestly, the ball would have gone out of bounds anyways and stayed. It wouldn't have been their possession then, since they were the last ones to touch it. So don't blame them necessarily for stepping out there, but Arizona cannot afford to start getting turnover prone again.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really been a very nasty situation there, but the Demons need to be very careful. And they will need to get a basket to really get this crowd back in it. Has Azari getting guarded very well with less than 5 seconds left. Manifold going for a long 2, and it's good. Nice 15-footer there for the Demons as they're now only down by 3 once again. We'll see if they're able to tie this up if they got to get a stop here. And we are not going to see that with that alley-oop pass.
Again, Kierkegaard has just been on fire, 9 of 12. And you see there Kyler leading the lead for Arizona. And the bulk of his scoring has come from the line. They've really kept him quiet here tonight by making him not really get hot from anywhere on the floor because they've constantly been putting him to the line.
Yeah, a lot of harassment on defense, both from Berger Gaines and Bivens. And right now we get a nice 3 there for the Demons. And just like that, we're only a 2-point lead there for the Moonshiners with that nice 3 there.
Yeah, very difficult to hit that with the clock starting to be an issue. And Now, Tennessee trying to figure out a way to answer back the crowd, getting a little excited there. And it's going to be a spin around jumper. That is good from Aldrich. That's 15 points for him tonight. Not necessarily the most efficient from the floor, but getting it done.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the big things here as Mandeville hands it over to Anari. Anari going over to Oberndorfer. We're seeing the battle in the paint, and Kierkegaard once again, too much for the Big Owl. So now the Moonshiners has a chance to extend the lead once again. And so far, Kierkegaard probably going to get that opportunity with an and one as Oberndorfer draws the foul. Her first personal of the game. Obviously, it doesn't really matter that much. She can be as aggressive as she wants at this point. But goodness gracious, what an effort there from the Jackalope.
Yeah, and you saw there a lot of the points for Tennessee have been in the paint despite having such great mid-range shooters. Arizona not less than half their points have been paint points, and honestly, it's because a lot of them have come from the free throw line. Obviously, they've also been hitting some threes when needed, but they really are needing those now as well.
Yeah, they need them now more than ever as they're once again down by 7. So Anari trying to get a 3 of his own, and it's not going to go down this time. And Kierkegaard is just right there for the rebound. And now Selby trying to get the charge up, but gets blocked.
Yeah, 7 minutes left to go in this game, and it's a close affair still, but you're starting to feel Arizona's barely hanging on by a thread here. They can still pull themselves back in the game, but
yeah,
they can't make mistakes.
Yeah, they got to slow things down a little bit. They're down by 7, but they still got plenty of time left as Mandeville trying to go for a tough shot, and it's not going to be good. And somehow Kierkegaard was able to get the rebound past Oberndorfer.
Yeah, again, a bit of a veteran experience there, able to do a better job reading the ball's trajectory off the rim and able to intercept it. And now Tennessee just burning clock, but trying to get a look, and that's a bad, foul call.
My goodness. The foul is called there, and you can hear the boo birds right now. Oberndorfer can't really believe that either, as she gets called for that personal. And now we have an opportunity to see what Roy Creer will get the first one, as now things are starting to look a little bit dangerous as Turnbull will go back up there to go up against Kierkegaard, which has been really, there has been no answer for the Demons to handle that one.
Yeah, they really haven't had a clear one able to shut it down. I almost want them to go. I hate to say it to check, because Mandeville's been good from mid-range, but, bring Turnbull in. Oh, but wide open on the transition. Easy dunk, and there we go. A run of 13-5 in the last 5 minutes has been the difference maker for Tennessee here. But I almost want Arizona to go big. Put Chet back on the bench. Let Turnbull and Oberndorfer try and shut down Kierkegaard while they can. And, ooh, great pump fake from Anari.
Yeah, could have possibly try and see if they can draw a foul at that point, but Anari just very cold at this moment, and it looks like the Moonshiners are going to try and take advantage of that as we get to try a quick layup, and it is not going to be good, but will draw the foul against Summers. So Ferdinand will be able to go on the line for 2. The first one has been made, and the second one is good. So the century mark has been hit for the Moonshiners. They're up by 13, with just about 5 minutes left of this game. And it seems like the Moonshiners are going to start running away from this if the Demons once again miss another basket. And that is going to be the case there, as that was not a great alley-oop attempt, as River's able to get it up, and Selby able to lay that in and probably kind of put the ice on this one.
I'm not going to call it yet. 15 points is still doable with 5 minutes left to go, but the margin of error is quickly evaporating here. And Nari needs to hit this 3 wide open. And just can't find the mark, rattling out.
Yeah, now the Boo Birds are really starting to rain here in Arizona, and that's not something you really want to hear, as right now Kierkegaard is pretty much going to play with his food at this point, going for the easy layup, and it is good. Way too small of a defender against Luther, as he has been on fire. 25 points so far in this game and has really been like the main go-to, as Dennis will be able to draw the foul there against Ferdinand, so he will go on the line for 2. First one is good. And the second one will be missed here. And as we are getting down to the 4-minute mark, as Burger King does not make it, but River laying it up and in. Seems like that they are not going to take their paws off the gas. And you got to really say that this is once again another prime example of how dangerous the Moonshiners are on the road.
Yeah, I mean, over 20-point run here. They've absolutely turned it up. In Tennessee, mistakes still slipping into their game at the moment. I feel like they're a team that, next year will be even better, assuming they're able to keep their main core going forward. But Tennessee definitely looking like a team that is hungry for another big run. And, ooh, big block there from Inari.
Yeah, much needed one here as Dennis getting guarded well by Greer. Ends it over to Oberndorfer. And Oberndorfer trying to lay it up, and it is going to be good this time. And, this is going to be one of those growing pains as well for the Demons. They are a relatively young team, still trying to make things sink, as they are bound to make some mistakes as young as they are. But, this is definitely a learning experience.
Well, I mean, you look at this team, they got rid of Morgan McCarthy. They're going with a new core. They're changing their identity a fair bit beyond just, rebranding. As a foul there, will send Summers to the line. Or, sorry, from Summers will send another and one opportunity. But Arizona, find themselves in a tough situation in general, kind of middle of the road right now. They need their stars to really start stepping up.
Yeah, for sure, especially when it comes to Kyler Inari. Tennessee has done a very good job of trying to shut him down throughout the entirety of this game. So it really kind of goes for other players that need to step up, whether it is a longtime vet in Summers, or if one of their young furs that really need to blossom, like an Oberndorfer. It just comes into being able to continue to gel as the game goes on, as it's a tough spot to be in, but they still are deep into the hunt to make it to the playoffs as a 7th or possibly an 8th seed, seeing how things play out. As Mandeville does get the rebound on that one.
No doubt. I mean, I think both these teams are certainly deserving of making the playoffs. Based on their play here tonight, it's just a question of, who has the best ability to make a run. And right now, Tennessee feels like it. And like we kind of mentioned at the start of the program, they might be the last real opportunity they have. They have 3 players who are going in the free agency that are core of their team, Black, Kierkegaard, and River. And, it would take a masterful free agency to be able to keep all 3 of them.
Yeah, and it kind of really shows the desire to even want to stay, because we got another quick timeout there. I believe that was on the Demons' end. But there's also kind of like a little bit of the frustrations, because this team has not been the most consistent throughout the regular season. Even though they have been able to make that run last year in the playoffs, it can be a bit frustrating that this is not a team that we can be talking about to be on top of the standings.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a couple teams that have really started to float their way to the top of the league, and most of them, the names we've been talking about for the past couple years, but some newer names up there as well. So there's no reason that Arizona or Tennessee can't find themselves moving up in the playoff hunt to a higher position. But Tennessee definitely looking like the stronger of the two here tonight, making their case going forward.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is a core that has been together for quite a bit, and they've really kind of showed that the chemistry is still intact. Meanwhile, for the Demons, there's still some growing pains. There's still some growing pains that they got to go through. They're still, especially when it comes to the Western Conference and how difficult of a conference that is. And that's kind of been the theme for a very long time since ever since I've casted. But it was certainly a great valiant effort here for the Demons as we get a quick illegal screen there from Hotskin. So the Demons will get the final possession, and that will do it here in the Hades Arena as we get a final basket there to at least make the deficit a little bit more
Well,
manageable.
they wanted to break 100 here tonight, and they did.
Yeah, they did. They did. They hit the century mark, but at the end of the game, Tennessee will walk out with an 11-point win, 111 to 100.
And I can already tell you the players that really stood out to me, and we'll get on to the Tennessee side. Is uh, we'll start with Arizona, obviously, and Nari. Bulk of his shooting came from the free throw line. Otherwise, struggled a little bit. He started trying to hit those threes late and just couldn't get them to fall. Mandeville, being another main scorer for the team, 7 of 12, efficiency wise, was one of the better ones. But Dunbrock coming off the
Mhm.
bench, perfect from the floor, and almost put up a double double in terms of rebounds. Uh,
Yeah, I gotta say, a lot of the you could really thank the Demons bench for really staying in it throughout the entirety of the game. That's kind of been one of the big factors for most of it until the fourth quarter.
yeah, I mean, they definitely were a factor in keeping getting rid of that 13-point deficit they had. But obviously, Tennessee, a kick guard, doing a business here tonight, 12 of 15. I mean, River, 6 of 7. Quiet and efficient, putting up a double double. And then obviously, Aldrich picked up the shooting a little bit there at the end. Perfect from the free throw line. Almost had a double double, one assist shy. Uh, but I think Kierkegaard just was so dominant in the post, and the Demons just had no answer for him down there.
Yeah, and even with the amount of size that the Demons have, it just shows how much experience can really play a role into there with the likes of Kierkegaard really being one of the top centers in this league for quite a few years now.
Yeah, and obviously bench stepping up in differing levels. Lady Black putting up double digits as the six for, and we'll take a look at the team comparison. Honestly, I feel like up until the fourth quarter, everything was pretty even Stevens. Besides, the turnovers being a factor. Uh, but that run there, even in the third quarter, it took a
Hmm.
lot of effort from Arizona to bring it back, and then kind of just fell apart with that big run. Obviously, they got it
Yeah.
back close at the end, but close as in within 20 points.
Yeah, it's certainly not a situation that you really wanted to see things kind of get away from you at that point. And it just really kind of showed that the Moonshiners were able to take advantage of some of the turnovers that happened as well within there. Because, like, even though Arizona did stay within it for a long time, there were a lot of mistakes that were made on the Demons' end that could have made the game be out of get out of hand a lot sooner than what we would have expected. But with the way that they've been able to at least draw a lot of the fouls that have been made, really puts them in a situation where they had an opportunity to possibly take over. But uh, the Moonshiners did a very good job trying to stay a little bit ahead and try not to uh, let them try and completely take over the game and turn it on when they needed to.
Yeah, defensively, I was very impressed. We talked about Berger Kane and Bivens shutting down Anari tonight, and it really showed with how aggressive they were on clamping them down. You could tell it was the game plan just based on, we saw two fouls for Berger Kane. Immediately they put in Bivens because their game plan seemed to be hug the Arctic Fox. Do not let him get any open looks. It's okay to foul him. We want to throw him
Mm-hmm.
off his game here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And Bivens and Burger Kings are just the perfect players to do that with their big bodies and really just trying to be frustrating for Kyler. But as the demons continue to grow as a core, I'm pretty sure that, like, as the season goes on, they will continue to be more tightly knit as a team, and it's just going to be interesting how things will play out as we get into the home stretch, getting closer to that All Star weekend.
Yes, it is going to be an interesting final couple months of the FBA before we dive into the playoffs. Let's see, Marcus, what will the next Sports Den be covering before the All Star game?
Yeah. So hold on, give me a second.
Let's see who can get the paper first.
So it will be the Taproots going up against the Minutemen in Williamsburg. And right now, Matt Lewis and Ken Williams will be the ones leading the fray in that game. So that's going to be an exciting one, as both of these teams um, are really just trying to do whatever they can to stay within their representative of the playoffs. I know that the Taproots are doing a phenomenal job so far in the regular season so far. I believe they're at the top of the Eastern Conference, if I'm recall correctly. I got
Uh,
to double check to make
that
sure.
they are in Williamsburg, they're going through some growing pains. A lot of their core has been substituted out for some younger blood, but you can never count on an away victory. I say that, of course, as Tennessee took one tonight, but I hope everyone, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next game. I've been Ryan Eastman, and that was Marcus Baylor. Any last words, Marcus?
Yeah, just I'm very excited to see how things go as the season plays out. These two teams really fought their hearts out, and I'm very excited to see how things play out as we are in the heart of this one.
Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you next time.
See ya.